Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. You heard Lefebvre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven, when he is trying to collect the remnants of the followers of the apocalypse. I'm sorry, the remnants of the thank you. We are trying to collect the remnants of the Enclave. Those few members of Arcade's father's unit who were able to escape the destruction of the Navarro base when the NCR attacked and the Brotherhood of Steel hunted down the remaining survivors. So that's a little grim.
They say those robots on the strip are running around with different faces or something. Don't ask, because I don't know.
The first one is Judah himself.
Sticking around for the attractions?
In a manner of speaking, Arcade asked me to find you. I'm gathering the remnants together.
Hello, Arcade. Making some new friends, are you? Why the need for a bunch of old war horses like us?
You'll be the element of surprise.
Swooping in on a vertibird, guns blazing? Haven't done that in years, but all right, I'm in. None of this means a thing if the rest of the group doesn't show up, though. Oh, and you'll need my part of the passphrase to get into the bunker. Navarro.
What? Could you tell me about your former squad?
I was the officer in charge, and Johnson and Moreno were my heavy hitters. Henry handled tech things, and Whitman flew the chopper. Johnson and Moreno never got along, and I had my hands full keeping those two apart some days. It was a difference in philosophy, mostly. Mercy was not part of Moreno's vocabulary.
Tell me about the old days of the Enclave.
I miss those days sometimes. We all had a purpose, you know? I admit that some of the folks in charge were pretty ruthless.
Pretty
The rest of us,
ruthless?
though, we were just trying to civilize things. The NCR was still new, and it didn't look like they'd last all that long. Then we lost the oil rig, and shortly after that, the base at Navarro. Nobody left except us remnants.
Except for Project Eden on the East Coast.
Internal sabotage took down the oil rig. Never did get the full story. The NCR took out Navarro, saying we posed a threat to the region.
Can you blame them?
Uh-huh.
What happened on that? Oop.
Judah Krieger is the glue that's kept us all together over the years, and with good reason. Anyone who can command Moreno and Johnson in the same unit without somebody getting fragged is one hell of a leader. Krieger was polite and kind, but never warm. He always did his best to make me feel welcome in the group. I think he did it out of a sense of loyalty to my father. Loyalty means a lot to Judah. Not loyalty to the Enclave, or even the ideals they fought for, but to the people who served with him.
I mean, they're loyal to you too, Arcade.
Sometimes I wonder how much of my father they see in me. They went through a lot together, but my family went through it too. I'm glad they've watched out for me all these years. Maybe someday I can return the favor.
Maybe someday,
Over
Arcade.
all three have been taking some hits. I say kill them all.
Damn. Oh shit, now that we're here. Yes! Hey buddy, how you doing?
Hi.
It's the mean son of a bitch! Fucking yeah! Who are you, mean son of a bitch?
Myself, Abish.
Nice to meet you, myself a bish.
My pleasure is mine. Goodbye. Hi again.
I just want to chat with you. I'm sorry, I love you, mean son of a bitch. What's a super mutant like you doing in a place like this?
I wash my bone with Sibby. I have Pogo. Phoebe's a rope. Goodbye.
So what's up with mean son of a bitch? Why is he like that? Alright, I don't remember exactly what the circumstances are, but somebody cut out a very large portion of his tongue, maybe the whole thing. In any event, he can't talk too good, but the people of Westside took him in when he had nothing, and now he protects them tooth and nail. And any fiend who dares get in the way of mean son of a bitch learns why they call him the mean son of a bitch. Oh, fuck. Nope. Game still doesn't like it when I go around the thorn. God damn it. I'll be back in a second. Alright, and we are back. In Humble Novak, we will find the second of the remnants. I don't... Whitman was her name? Yes,
If
Whitman.
Caesar's dead, why ain't the NCR taking care of regular folks yet?
Daisy Whitman.
Fine weather for flying. It's times like these that make me miss it all.
You were a pilot?
Vertibird pilot. 71 missions and only lost one chopper. Rotor malfunction over Klamath. Hard landing, but I walked away.
Have you ever played Fallout 2 and you wondered why there's a vertibird crashed outside Klamath? Now you know. So what do you do in Novak, Miss Whitman?
I help folks strip down the more complicated bits of salvage they bring in. Engines mostly. The bits and pieces we take out are usually worth more than the whole thing put together.
You wouldn't know about that, wouldn't you, miss? Arcade asked me to find you. I'm uniting the Remnants. They'll need your pilot skills.
Told you everything about us, did he? Well, it's been a while since I've had my hands on the controls of a vertibird. There's a chance I could crash us in the middle of Lake Mead. That place seems to attract aircraft for some reason. But if I get one more chance to fly, count me in. I'll be there. My part of the passphrase is dear.
Got it. So, how did you like flying vertibirds for the Enclave?
I was never happier than when I was in the cockpit. I was able to go just about anywhere and everywhere, limited only by the fuel I could carry. There were more than a few missions where I took the scenic route home just so I could stay in the air. Caught hell for it every time, but worth it. Some of the things we did were questionable, I know. That's just how it was back then. Figure I've done enough good to make up for any sins, anyhow.
Maybe, Daisy, maybe.
Since my mother died, Daisy's been the only woman in my life. She was the only other woman close to my father, too. She flew him out on over a dozen missions, including his last. I've always been close to Daisy. There have been some good men along the way, but lovers make poor confidants. Daisy never had children of her own, so she was always there to listen. Being in the Enclave didn't mean much to her. She just loved to fly. It broke her heart to be grounded.
It was an important part of her life. I mean, she should enjoy it.
As screwed up as it sounds, at least she was a part of something. Granted, it was something admittedly pretty bad, but it was something. If you spent the first half of your life flying Enclave troopers in a vertibird, I suppose picking over pre-war rocket parts doesn't quite compare.
It never will. Cannibal Johnson's Cave. Cannibal who? Just south of Vault 34, which we will have to go to on another occasion, we can find Cannibal Johnson's Cave. Why are we going to go talk to a man by the name of Cannibal Johnson? Don't worry about it. Punch, 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 punch. Jesus. The fuck? What do we have out there? Wrong weapon. Oh, mole rats mostly. Never mind. Someone else can deal with them. I'm sick of slaughtering mole rats. I feel really bad. I killed so many. I love hearing about Cannibal Johnson's story. He's an interesting fellow. Ugh, and then we'll have to go deal with Monroe. Oh, it's gonna be a whole thing. A whole thing. Oh, just some coyotes. I'd best not bother them. Why don't I care about experience? We're getting close to the end. Couldn't have said anything? You're a piece of shit, Johnson. You are a piece of shit.
Well, it's about damn time. What took you? Oh,
Oh? You were expecting someone else?
I've been in the Reaper's shadow for a long time now, and I thought he'd finally showed up to collect. He's just mocking me now.
You sound like you're eager to die.
There's a twitch in my trigger finger. I've lost my eagle eyes, and the other day I could have sworn I heard Sergeant Dornan chewing me out. I'm old, and I'm starting to feel it. It's not pleasant, especially when you know your mind's slipping away. And we all gotta go sometime. But I was hoping for something a little more heroic.
Well, Johnson, maybe I got something for you. Also, who's Sergeant Dornan? Another Fallout 2 reference.
He was a drill instructor I knew. He was also the meanest bastard I've ever known. Once he caught this private out of uniform, and old Dornan went off on the most ear-blistering rant known to man. It was inspiring.
Arcade has asked me to gather all the remaining members of the Enclave in the Mojave.
Thought I recognized the fellow with you. So what's this reunion all about then?
He thinks your experiencing technology will help resolve the conflicts in this region.
Well, now there's an interesting idea. Do a bit of good before we're all dead and forgotten. You can count me in. Oh, and in case Arcade forgot to mention it, there's a 5-word passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My word is old. Appropriate, huh?
Huh.
If I had to pick anyone who didn't belong in the Enclave, it would definitely be Johnson. He hated what the Enclave was doing. Day to day, week to week, he would question orders, subvert mission objectives, do anything he could to serve without serving. It's amazing he was never court-martialed. He always had good things to say about my father. Said I was like him in a lot of ways. I wish I knew.
I mean, you don't have to. I'm sure your father would be proud of you, Arcade. You don't have to be him.
I wonder if he would. It's pointless, I know, but sometimes I wonder what he wanted me to be. Maybe being a doctor in the middle of Nevada wasn't exactly what he had in mind for his little boy.
I don't think that matters, Arcade. You gotta be your own man.
What brings you around this time?
Tell me about yourself, Johnson.
What do you want to know?
So, are you a cannibal?
I'm not saying. It's part of my mystique, after all.
Come on, there's gotta be an interesting story behind it.
The truth of it is that I did cut out a raider's heart, but only took a bite to mess with his buddies. They had me surrounded, and I went with the first thing that came to mind. Some ran, and the rest was startled just long enough.
And that's why they call him Cannibal Johnson. Killed the raider leader, chopped his heart out, and just started eating it right in front of them. And they were like, what the fuck? Oh god, no, it's a demon. So you live out here all by yourself, Johnson?
Sure do. Had a wife for a while. Tribal girl. Really pretty eyes. But she's been gone a long time now.
Sorry to hear that, Johnson. Good luck. Catch you later. Actually, what did you do in the Enclave?
This time? Squad marksman. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I never killed a single soul who wasn't trying to kill me or one of my team first.
You make it sound like avoiding innocent deaths was uncommon in the Enclave.
I'm sorry to say that it was. Civilian casualties was acceptable and sometimes encouraged. My former squad mate Moreno didn't need encouraging. Moreno and I might have killed each other if Captain Krieger hadn't been there to pull us apart.
Oh, Jesus. Alright. Oh, fuck. God damn it. There's gonna be a brawl. I know it. I know it. Those two are gonna get back into it. Those two are gonna get back into it, and I'm gonna have to try to fucking hold it together. Because they're a team. They have to work as a team. They're much less effective apart than they are together. You put them apart, and, you know, Johnson's in a cave waiting to get killed. You put them together, and they're an unstoppable fighting force, even if they are a little on the older side. The miracles of Enclave power armor. They go a long way in helping even the most elderly of combatants stay in the fight. Anyway. The last person we have to recruit is Moreno himself. I assume he lives in this house? Orion Moreno's house. Or Orion, I suppose.
Looks like I forgot to lock the doors again. If you're with the NCR, get out. This place is mine, and I'm not leaving.
I mean, we're not with the NCR. Arcade and I are just here looking for you.
Been a while, Arcade. So, what's the point of all this? Can't find any younger mercenaries?
Can't find any well-skilled mercenaries. Your advanced level of tech would be useful in settling things between the NCR and the Legion.
Is that right? The million-dollar question is, who exactly are we settling?
Do you have a preference?
I wouldn't mind cutting down a few platoons of NCR troopers with my old Gatling laser.
I don't want to help the Legion defeat the NCR. I mean, are you coming to this thing or what?
Oh, I'll come. But depending on the plan, I might not be staying. Keep that in mind. Arcade might have mentioned there's a passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My part is remember.
Got it. What do you have? Do you have something against the NCR?
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. The NCR makes a habit out of wrecking homes. I came out here to get away from them. Didn't work out so well.
I see.
Next thing I know, I'm squatting in their land. Never mind that I already been living here for years.
Of course. What did you do when you were with the Enclave?
Heavy weapons trooper. Nothing better than hosing down a target with an excess of bullets and laser fire. By the time I got through with things, not much was left standing. Any morons who didn't run when they saw me coming got what they deserved. Back then, it was war. If we'd been on the winning side, I'd be called a hero.
Marino, you're old, deluded, and I can't wait for you to die. Oh, Arcade.
Moreno took the fall of the Enclave hard. He never questioned his orders, never questioned the legitimacy of what the Enclave was doing. To him, it was all one unbroken chain, from Washington to Richardson. When we left Navarro, I remember looking up at Moreno. He said, "Kiss America goodbye, boys." When we left the Enclave behind, the love in him burned itself out. Now there's just a bitter old man left.
Jesus. I know more than anyone now after my experiences with the Sierra Madre. A man needs to learn when to let go.
It's been decades, you know. By now, he's been out of the Enclave longer than he was in. Most people know when to hang it up and start over. But not Moreno.
Alright. Who in Jacobstown is a member of the Remnants? What's the name of the doctor in Jacobstown? Henry? Is Henry on the payroll? That's gotta be weird. Bunch of mutants working with the Enclave Remnants? Jeez. I mean, in some way, the Enclave are responsible for the creation of super mutants, but even so, they did a lot of bad things. So many bad things. Someday I'll do a playthrough of Fallout 2 and you'll be able to understand the depths of their depravity. Sup, Keen? Holy shit, Henry!
Is there something else I can do for?
But we're putting the band back together. We're on a mission from God.
I'm intrigued, so I'll go to this reunion. I'll be handing things over to Calamity, so talk to her if anything comes up. Oh, you'll need my word from the passphrase to get into the bunker. Friends. Don't forget it.
You got it. Wow, that didn't take much
Doc
convincing.
Henry always was a hard one to figure out. It didn't seem to matter whether he was working with humans or dogs. He had an equal lack of affection for both. A regular Diogenes. I'm not sure what the man was after. Knowledge is power, but to what end for Henry, I have no idea. The problem was what mattered to him, not its practical impact. He simply solved riddles because they existed.
It seems pointless to do all that if you don't have a goal.
I'm sure Henry has goals. He was just more concerned with the how than the why of things. Being in the Enclave didn't really mean much to him. I guess I'm lucky that I'm part of the followers. Helping people as a doctor is important, but with the followers, it feels different. It feels like we're working towards something more important. That's more than the sum of the good deeds that we do.
Of course. Huh. Well, we've collected everyone. That's what the Remnants' bunker was. What's the password? Do you remember all the words in it? Let me show you. Dear old friends, remember Navarro. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Next time on Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Good night, everyone.